Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we promise we have a lot in stock for you. All you have to do is just subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that bell alerts you whenever we upload a video. So make sure you just tap on that notification bell to always alert you whenever we upload new videos. And today with me is our one and only Mr. Obed Ben, the president of Bafuna Mpola and also the managing director, Youth Platform Africa. Welcome.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving these people your wisdom, because it's very hard. Some people pay for it, and you once told us that in future people will be paying to see you.
Yeah, there's somewhere on social media. There's this young man. Actually, he's the only boy I follow.
The president.
He's called Mr. President. He wants to become the president, and he's a Ugandan. This guy. He wants to become the president of the United States of Africa. This boy said, "A time is going to come when all of you are happy to see me, when you feel so proud." And I like that sound. And he's young, he's just 11, and he's planning to become the president of the United States of Africa. So there's a lot of things, jokes aside, a lot of things we would do instead of this talk show or this podcast or this broadcast. But we choose to do that because it is our calling. We choose to do that because it is all that we can give back to our people. I remember I am who I am because people taught me. The marketing skills I have, 80%, if not 90%, I've learned from YouTube. People have uploaded videos, how to sell a pen to anyone, how to sell anything to anyone, how to hit big offices, like I go there today, see myself talking to big people, billionaires, and I'm not afraid. I'm just confident. I'm just simply because I have those videos. So I'm not extending the favor back to them, but I'm extending the favor to more people. Yeah, that is why I keep doing, and as long as Lord grants me life, I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. So this is the right platform to find all the wisdom you need, and free wisdom. Use it. Make sure you use it. And
it is not free. They have to pay time. They have to pay. They have to pay a subscription. They have to pay time to understand it, because you can't just think wisdom is going to go through osmosis into your head. You have to pay time, watch the video, take notes. Yeah, that is how you learn.
Okay, but as long as the wisdom is available.
Yeah, it is available.
It's available for them. So without wasting time, let's get started. My first question is there any challenge that you faced in your life, or maybe that you've faced, that has made you do big things, or maybe you thought it was small, but it has really done wonders for you?
There is no successful person I know that has not had challenges.
The one that you considered small or minor?
The small challenges?
Yeah.
There are two types of challenges.
Okay.
There are challenges that go on and on and on and on. Then there are challenges that only come for a while. You aren't expecting them. They come, they hit you, probably solve them, or they go with you, or you learn how to solve them or to live with them. Some challenges remain unsolved until you die. For example, the challenge of uncertainty. You can never solve that. You can't know that tomorrow I will wake up. You just assume. Okay. If there is a challenge of uncertainty, you can't know whether by 50 years you'll be around, but you plan to live for 50. You assuming I live for 50 years, what will I be doing? Then you plan. So, but in spite of that uncertainty, for us we have planned. And that is how we have outcompeted most people. People think that byansi byakuleka, zolideko zobala, they have those slogans. Byansi byakuleka, agalifa nendeka abaana abaana balikola ezaabwe kulya sente sikulya mwana obulamu bumpi. That is what I was looking for. Life is too short, enjoy your life. Who says if life is too short is all about enjoyment? I don't think it is wise to live long life of enjoyment. I think it is wise to live long life of efficiency. Like you have efficiently lived. People who live efficiently can find 5 years in 1 year. You can find that things that are done in 1 year are supposed to be done in 10 years by most people, average people. So a person of efficiency will live 10 years, but in actual sense, they have lived a century. That is why people like Kwame Nkrumah are still remembered. Because the works they did in those days still go up today. Otherwise, if they were not so much effective. For example, Alexander the Great. How many centuries have passed since Alexander the Great? But today we still refer to him because what he did was 100 years. So they used 10 years to do things that will last for 100 years. A time is going to come when Alexander the Great is not talked about. And when that time comes, when he's not talked about, it means his works have now ended. But when we still talk about those great men and women, it means we are still acknowledging their works up to today. They use the short periods of time to do things that will go for many years. But those things they did were out of challenges. Actually, in one of the shows I told you that someone who has not faced failures or challenges is an innocent person. He's like a baby. He's like a white pepper. He has not seen alone. He is a young man in business. It is only him that has faced challenges, problems, pains that cause. So small challenges come every day. And these small challenges always keep me in shape. Yes. The purpose of small challenges. Challenges like what? Challenges like stubborn people. You're working, but Vasta is stubborn. How do you tame this person to continue work with you? So they remind me that I have to do things. Otherwise, if I get a very nice Vasta, I will forget myself because she does everything for me. But the moment she gets stubborn, I remember that I am supposed to do things. So those challenges, in a good way, keep us in shape. Otherwise, you get a nice woman and you forget being a husband. Omukazi atwala abaana ku ssomero, omukazi abagulira school fee, abasasula school fees, omukazi abakolera kintu. You forget your responsibility. You don't buy salt, you don't buy yaka, you don't pay rent, you forget being a husband in a home. And before you know it, you're overthrown. So those small challenges keep reminding you of your rightful position. They are not there to disturb you. They are there to keep you a man, to keep you a leader. Because great challenges don't often come. The great challenges come from the ideas, the bombastic ideas, the crazy ideas that we bring on board. For example, today I don't have problems that I have not created. All the problems I have created. Yes, because I decided to say, I want 1 million members. But why? You get? If there were 10, wouldn't I manage those? That is the problem I have created. I have created a problem and I am committed to meeting that problem, that challenge.
It makes life.
Exactly. I can't afford to grow. I am 38, tomorrow I'm 50, the other day I'm 60. I can't afford to just live. I want to grow with abantu abamu bawangala buwangazi. They stopped living when they were 6. Since 6, they are just staying, they are not living. So challenges help us grow. Failures help us grow. There's a time you hear me speak and you know I am speaking from the perspective of pain, the perspective of passion, the perspective of really understanding the gratitude, the gravity of what I am doing. I can feel you when you're facing challenges of uncertainty. I can feel you when you're feeling challenges of fear. There's a time at night when you're moving and you'll be like, oh God, kati emotoka bwefira wano mu kibira kino. Sawa mukaga za kiro oli wakati mu nsikeyo. Bakatirawo abantu aba. Ne mu kakubo kennyini muyita. Oli mu mabira. Then you'll be like, what if? So such small challenges become day of life. If a soldier can fight on and become a soldier for 30 years, they endure all the challenges, challenges of hunger, challenges of I might come back or not. Omanyi nti bw'obanga olina omusirikale nga family yo oba babawo babaawo musirikale saawa zonna olina chances 99 okufuuka nnamwandu. Because anytime they can be shot dead.
Yeah.
But those people stay soldiers, they become major generals, they become everything. They support their families. So if a soldier can embark on duty, can maintain the routine, then who the hell I am? Challenges are necessity in business. Imagine Arsenal is playing with Man U. And guess what? There is no opponent. Arsenal and Man U are all scoring in the same goal. What kind of a match would that be? Does it make sense to you?
Not really.
Arsenal and Man U are playing, but they're all scoring in the same goal. Can 60,000 people come to watch Arsenal and Man U playing and scoring in the same goal?
No.
Of course not. But that friction makes it a business, makes it adorable, makes it interesting. Yes.
I was talking to someone and they were saying, was life meant to be hard? But I think you've answered that by saying that challenges make life. We're supposed to go through that. They were saying, is life really, are we supposed to fail 1,000 times before you learn?
No. No. I agree. I don't agree with that.
Because that's how life is.
No.
When you do something, it fails, then you
No.
do it again.
No.
After like 3 times.
No,
like
what I'm
times,
saying, when you fail, that means you did something wrong.
Okay.
It's like when a child fails a paper, you don't expel them from school. You give them another chance. So that advice is only given to failures. But I'm not saying that it is right for you to fail 1,000 times. It is actually wrong to fail more than 3 times. Why are you failing? Rather learn, right? Because lack is when you're laboring under correct knowledge. That is what we call lack. So the moment you don't see lack, it means you're not operating under correct knowledge. You're gambling. So the reason people fail tens of thousands of times is because they are doing something they are not sure about.
Okay.
You get? So life is not supposed to be that way. But life is supposed to have challenges. However, challenges are not supposed to be failures.
Okay.
Yes, we are supposed to beat challenges. That is our only way of testing that we are living. Whenever challenges come our way, we beat them, we proceed. We beat them, we proceed. We beat them, that is how life is supposed to be. You can't draw a picture of life without challenges.
You operate under that correct knowledge.
Exactly.
But still challenges come
Yes,
through.
when they come, because you're under correct knowledge,
You beat them.
you align them.
Okay.
But when they come and every time they come, they align you, then you are not fit for life. You're operating under incorrect knowledge. I don't praise Thomas Edison. He did something genius, but he failed so many times. You can't fail 1,000 times. What is that? Kale bw'oba ogudde emirundi 10 tetukugamba nti lekeraawo. Naye enkoko bw'egenda netakula wano nga tewali mmere ng'egenda etakule waki? Ewalala. Kati gwe lwaki otakulaawo wamu? Do you know that Thomas Edison had knowledge to do a lot of big things, but he only did one thing, discovering the bulb? Obudde bwe yamala, amagezi ge yamala, singa yava ku bulb omulala n'agizuula. Wright brothers created the aeroplane. Did they take that much time? It actually took them 2 days to fly. 2 days. They saw a bird, imitated it, flew. Of course, the landing was not calculated. When they were landing, it was terrible. They almost died, but they flew. Yes. And now they started working on the landing and what. But life is not supposed to be hard. But again, it's not supposed to be easy. Yes. At first, it was supposed to be easy. In the creation, the beginning of the world, it was supposed to be just easy. You do what you want and what. Now it became complex. You have to figure out your way.
Yeah.
Draw me a picture. That person asking, draw me a picture of life without challenges. How would it be?
It would be boring.
What would we do? Imagine waking up and you have to be. I think even kings suffer.
I feel everyone suffers.
Children of kings, they suffer a lot. Their problem is sleeping a lot. You sleep a lot, then they've got the pains. You eat a lot. You have a lot of servants. They be with you every time. They want to brush your teeth. They want to clean you. They want to wash you. You have no privacy. You are the son, the prince, and you. I feel that life is not also easy. And those are their challenges also. They have a lot of cars. The cars are also a challenge.
They can't move.
They can't move anywhere at any time.
At any time.
So for you, meanwhile, your challenges is having to move every time. And their challenges is not moving. So I think life is made of challenges. And how better we solve those challenges, how wisely we solve those challenges matters a lot in our growth of business.
So life is fair. So Obed, most people think you've just started this. They don't know that you started like 17, 16 years back. And here you are. And you tried several times. But is there that one thing that gave you a breakthrough? You tried so hard, but you did just one small thing and it gave you a breakthrough.
I think I need to understand breakthrough. Breakthrough, what do you mean?
Breakthrough, it can be in terms of reaching your target, or maybe getting to that target that you
Because
need.
I have not broken through.
Okay, maybe it's different in your eyes, but in our eyes, at least you've done something. There's that time you are a border rider. At that time, you're still striving so hard. You're still trying so hard to make it, but the pace has now a bit go down. But also the pressure.
No.
But okay, I mean like getting to your target. It can be financial. It can be visibility. It can be anything.
I think I have not gotten where I want to be. And I think I am working harder 10 times than I used when I was on a bike. Today, I am struggling so much more than when I was on a bike. Because when I was on a bike, I would wake up at 5 and by 10, I'm home. During the day, I would go back, have 2 hours, eat, read, and sleep for like 2 hours. Today, I can't have that. I merely get time for my kids, for my family.
And that's your problem.
So it means today, if I had broken through, maybe I would be much better than when I was on a bike. maybe what is better than that then, I did not have the impact I have today. Today I have better impact than then. Today I have more financial stamina than then. Today I have more value than then. So those have increased, but breaking through is far from me right now. However, if you asked me what has helped me get here,
that small thing you did that made that change,
I think is action.
Okay.
Yes. I have not done, because like anyone, today I can draw a clear picture for someone who wants to become a billionaire in 5 years. If you know someone who has 100 million, I can make them a billionaire in 5 years. Without probability, I can even guarantee that 5 billion for them, simply because I have known how to do that. But before, I used to gamble. Hey, try this, try that, try this, try that. Like anyone trying to get where you don't know. Now, I have the stamina because I've tried it several times.
The experience, yeah. That's
Yes.
bringing me to
So
that.
I know how to become poor in 1 year.
Yes.
If a billionaire wants to become poor in 1 year, I can help them on that. They become poor, totally poor. They even read them off the map of the country. And if a poor man wants to remain poor for very many years, I still have this very concrete right advice for being poor. What's Cheng? I know things you can do and be poor for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Are we together? But also, if someone wants to become rich in 5 years, I know that, because I have done that. I had 10,000. I see billions. How did that happen? I can tell you how. I've discovered formulas. Like the person who discovered, I wonder why people believe that someone discovered the bulb and whoever wants to do the bulb, they use that formula. But people think there is no clear formula to become wealthy. I really find it confusing and concerning. How on earth do I use all the people that produce cameras use the same principles? But then when it comes to wealth, people think there is a certain sign of magic that happens around for you to become boom wealthy. No.
Okay.
So getting to knowing how to use 100 million and become a billionaire, how to use 10,000, how to use 0 and get 100 million in 5 years or 6 years. How did I know that? Practically. I did it practically. And how did I get to know that practically? I took actions. Whether right or wrong, I took actions.
Okay.
The moment my motivation comes, I immediately start. By the time the motivation phases off me or fades away, I am already into action. I am not going back. Let me give you an example. I started Boda Boda. Boda Boda gave me the first 10 million in my life. But it came as an idea. I immediately told my family I am going out of the country. I immediately got in the bike. By the time the motivation went away, I was in my first week. And what had I done? I had rode the bike for like 3 days. I'm not getting even 10,000. I hardly got enough to pay the landlord of the bike. Otegedde. Maze okulangirira nti ngenze siri mu ggwanga, maze okufuna pichi, maze okuva ku mulimu gwe mbadde nkolako. Kati ntuuse mu kuvuga pichi, ate ne sente za pichi ze nadde nsuubira ze baŋŋamba emitwalo 5, because people had told me good stories about bikes. So I'm like, let me go and ride a bike so that I get my capital. But now I'm already in the business and the business is not working. But remember, I have already told my family that I'm out of the country. Remember, I have quit already at the job. So I have no option but to remain on the what? Had I said, let me try bike as I'm doing the job, I wouldn't quit. Tokategedde. Singa nasigala ngambye kangezeeko ku bike nga bwe nkola ne ku mulimu gwe mbadde nkola. Nandibadde sivuga boda. Because I went there and the first week was damn hard. So terrible. No money. Ebigo biringa ebigo. I'm failing. Cars are knocking me east, right, white. I have to repair the bike. I don't have money. The owner of the bike wants his 10,000 a day. I have quit already. I can't call a friend. My phone is off. I'm already in a dilemma. But what helped me stay there was because I have already joined. I had already joined. So I had no way to go back. Most people believe that let them start slowly. Start small. Starting small is the worst advice I have ever seen. Among the worst, it is the best. Yes, start small. You know, if you have 10 million, first use 1 million.
1 million. Try.
How many people use that 1 million and add there? Of course not. But if you go there with full blast, your 10 million. If it fails, you have to make it right because you have no option.
Okay.
So action is the number one thing that has helped me go through all the ladders. Today, I say we are going to do Mbuzi Choma. The following day, we start putting up pipes. I did not have a clear plan of what. Up to now, they are still putting it up together, which shows that I had no right clue of what to do. But I realized in my mind that we have to have an eating place cooking only goats. And when tomorrow you hear that Mbuzi Choma is the leading restaurant in the world, you know it started simply with an idea that took action. Now we are bettering it. It is looking cozy. It is welcoming big people. And it is spreading. It is now making branches. By this year, we shall have at least 3 or 4 branches. How? Because action. Big endo kusala ngorede twakola dachi. Omwana goza do muta. But it is easy. Do you have kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yep.
If you had them, would you kill them?
Not really.
It is easy actually to abort than kill a living baby.
Better.
It is easy
Easy.
to abort. It is easier to abort than kill a living baby. And it is much easier to take a pill than abort. All together. It is much easier to abstain than take a pill. So you see there are levels.
Yes.
So which level are you in the business? Most people are at abstain. They abstain from business. They don't want the pressure.
Okay.
You get? Others decide to have partners, but they take pills. They don't want babies.
Yeah.
All together. Let me first understand this man. I want to understand this man. The same thing you do with your partners, you do in business. Let me first put little money. Those are the people that give in 1 million and keep the 9. They are still understanding the what? The business.
And the time is going.
And the time is going and they are losing. And probably they are going to end up breaking up with this business. The other people are the people who conceive and abort. They have started the business. The business is going south. It has brought up challenges. Instead of enduring just for 9 months, they feel no, they can't make it there. The man, simutegeera like ayinayo abakazi abalala. But when the baby is born, it becomes so hard. So make it hard for you to quit. How do you make it hard for you to quit? Is by action. And which action makes it so hard? Full blast.
Yeah. The higher the risks,
Exactly.
the higher.
The higher the risk,
The
higher the chances of you staying in the business.
Staying in the business.
The smaller the risk, the higher chances of you not doing anything at any time.
Yes.
So start small is the best worst advice in finance. You start small today, then when things tend to be hard a bit. Phew. But someone has deployed 1 billion. Then you tell me they are going to quit. They would rather die. Hey? That is what I'm talking about. And that is why YPA is bigger than most companies doing agriculture. Because we don't take things lightly. We invest wholesomely and we either win or we die fighting to win. That is it. Otherwise, in 17 years, how would we become the greatest goat farmers? Of course not. Naye omanyi okulowooza obulowooza nti osobola okufuna embuzi akakadde. Do you really practically think about 1 million goats around?
Just getting that thought.
Just getting that thought. Getting the thought of having 1 million goats. Ozitadde ku mmeeza ziri awo. Full blast. Bakiyita batya? Full blast. We are risking. Abalala bagamba, bayise embuzi omutwalo ne. Bayise embuzi 10,000. Leka. Who does embuzi mutwalo? This guy is insane. And for you, you're like, I'm going to do it or I'm dying doing it. And that is how we become great. Take actions, small or big, but I advise you take big actions. If you take actions, things will show up. They might not be exactly what you anticipated, but in most cases, I guarantee they would be bigger than you anticipated. In most cases.
Yeah. So I am glad that people are here for us to reduce on the risk, on the problems we face while doing action. Because what you said is action will come with a lot of problems, obviously, but as you fail, you learn. But people like you are here to tell us what to do, following the right people or having the right circle. Show me your friends. Then
I saw you who you are.
Yeah. Ben, when I listen to your story, it hasn't been easy. It has come with a lot of challenges. And how have you managed to be more resilient?
Commitment. People do not understand commitment. And how did I develop that commitment, the high level of commitment? I am committed because all the big people that I know are committed. So read more about big people. Whether dead in history or living today. That is how I know that we have 2,000 billionaires in the world. Today. It means I've read about each one of them. I want to know what is their life like. All of them are committed to being good. Elon Musk, take him for example. This guy has no wife. This guy has no house on this planet. He has no home. He's homeless.
And he's a billionaire.
He's a multi-billionaire. The last time I checked, he had 400 before this political saga. 400 billions. And you know who was who was the second wealthiest? Zuckerberg. No. Bezos. Bezos had 200. And the richest is twice the second. Tokategedde. Asooka alina miliyoni 2. Owokubiri alina 2. So kitegeeza oli alina just half. And this guy is homeless. Where does he sleep? At his warehouses. Commitment. He is committed to being the best. All together. Okay. So, after learning that I have to be committed, then I also knew that I had to be a big dreamer. I told myself, I'm a king. A king gets what they want, whenever they want it, and however they want it. So I don't have to ask for something and don't get it. I don't have to beg. I have to get things done. And that is how I have developed. And I became fearless. You know what people fear most is death.
Okay.
If you conquer that fear and know that even if you fear it so much, you will still die, you have nothing to lose. If you had something to lose, you wouldn't die. Like who? Who survived death? So, I fly, first time, my biggest knowledge was gotten from South Africa. But I flew, I knew no one. I just had saw Facebook pictures talking about goats of $800 in South Africa. I fly, I know no one, I just go there. Why am I going there? To learn how to get goats of $800. Tebereza okugenda mu nsi gy'otamanyi gy'otatukangamu, toyina gw'omanyiyo, oyina tourist visa. I had a visa for 1 week. I spent there 3 months illegally. They banned me for 5 years not to go back to South Africa. Simply because I had stayed there for long, but I was capturing information. I knew at the airport probably they would arrest me. But I faced the challenge. I'm like, let me go to the airport because I've gotten what I came for and now going back home. If they find me guilty, they will arrest me, they will keep me in prison, but I know they will not keep me for life. So let me go to prison for the years for overstay, and after the overstay, they will send me back. And guess what? They just fined me. 5 years. I'm like, 5 years, I was not planning to come back anyway. That is how successful people go. They take actions, they risk going into business with all their life.
Okay.
So 17 years has been a journey of actions, has been a journey of risking it all, has been a journey of commitment. My resilience dates as far as my primary one, my infantry. I was so resilient just from infantry. Yes, I wanted to be bigger and better, to the extent that if I became the second in class, I would tear the report. I wouldn't take it to my father. Just being the second. I am supposed to be the leader. Rukuringama manzi. I want to become the best. I want to become better than my best.
Actually, they should research about that name, Rukuringa Mama.
Yes.
The people are already great,
yes.
But you're already doing what?
I roll them in the mud.
You roll them in the mud. You roll
the great into mud. So, I wouldn't accept such unserious challenges. Yes. I am supposed to be competing with myself. That is why I want to be better than my best. Yes.
So, Obed, most people, when faced with such things, they become discouraged. What's that you use that really keeps you on?
I wonder. I actually challenge that. Have you ever lost a relative?
Yes.
Did it hurt?
Yes, it did.
How bad?
It was so bad.
The closest?
Yeah, it was my auntie. It was bad, but I felt it in the inside. I was like, I wish I could do something. I was very young. I think I was around 10 years. But it hurt from the inside. Actually, okay. I didn't cry that much. I just cried when I glanced at, when I reached that function, the burial. But it hurt from the inside. I really felt bad.
I wonder, people lose children. As we speak, Sudhir must be mourning his son. But I bet in 5 years he won't be mourning anymore. Sudhir has lost more than he has lost something big than all his wealth.
Yes.
But in 5 years, he will have moved on. Actually, even on the day he was burying, I believe their directives he gave in business sense. Today, yet much as he's mourning, his businesses are still running. Kabila did not close. Speak Apartments is still open. Nothing closed simply because the biggest part of his life was dead. You get my point? Now, I wonder, why would you get or face a challenge, a failure, then also die with it? It is so hypocritical. It is so unfair for you to lose something, then you also die with it. It is just like when you when you get a flat tire, you have an emergency, you are running to the hospital, taking someone who is about to die. Then, on the way, you get a flat tire. But instead of fixing the tire or asking for help, you get out, get a knife, and also flat the other tires. It is not right. So I don't die with my ideas. If they die, they die. But I don't die with them simply because it is not right. It is right to live when the ideas die. It is not right to die with the ideas, because you can produce other ideas, but the ideas dead cannot produce you. So I never get depressed. Okay. Ideas die, I create new ones. Not everything I've done that has just gone through, no sir. I have a lot of things that never worked. But I keep producing new ideas. Hope that I'm going to do better.
Okay.
Yes.
So as we conclude, do you celebrate small wins? Do you think they can add on someone? Can they motivate you do better? The small wins that you get in life. Do you celebrate them openly or maybe from your heart?
I have never celebrated for anything. The celebration you hear, for example, we had a big event. It was a successful one on 8th May. That is how I celebrate. If you ever had me, I talk about it, I brag about it, that is how I celebrate. But I can't do another function that now I'm celebrating the event. Oh, this year we have done so many things, now come we celebrate. No, because that is just illusion.
But you feel proud inside.
Inside I be like, yes. Now, actually, on how do you call it? The after event day, I was planning for the next year. That is how I celebrate. Because I know this celebration can only last, this pride, this feeling I have can only last if the next year happens well. So that is how I really celebrate. But I don't go to I don't see the relationship between what you achieved and the nkoko you're eating. I don't see. Let me go on a vacation, so what? You should go to a vacation when you need it. I can't buy myself a car as a form of celebration. I will buy a car at the right time when I need it. You get?
Yeah.
But I will not buy a car simply as a celebration. I do a party.
Okay.
A birthday party.
So the best way to celebrate is to plan on how to keep that, or maybe
exactly how to keep that happiness. That is the best way to celebrate, because actually that is eternal celebration. You celebrate forever. You feel proud. Nayo kuita abantu bajje bali emmere ndowooza bikujja ne kumulamwa. Sometimes oyinza n'okufiirwa, oyinza n'obutaddamu kukikola.
What advice do you have for someone that feels they don't have problems and are keeping it at that? That there is no progress, that they're avoiding problems.
The advice I have for them: rest in peace. Rest in peace. What can I do? You don't have problems. Who the hell are you? Say gambye Katonda yennyini agamba mugume mu nsi mulimu eki ennaku. Then he said in another verse that from this day onwards, whatever you will eat, you'll sweat for it.
Yep. Yes.
In the same following verses, he says, when you see a snake, make sure you beat it fast. So for you don't have problems. And snakes were also told that if they see us first, they beat our ankles. Okategede naye. God has given directives to snakes to beat us if they happen to see us first. And for you to say you don't have problems. Okay, wait for this. Wait for the snakes. The snakes are going to come. So my advice is just that you realize life.
Yep.
The sooner the better. You realize life. You don't have problems because you have not started living. You're actually mannequin. Mannequin ojimanyi bagitekako engoye temanyi oba eri bwereere oba eyambadde. You are like that because someone helping people. We were created in this world to manage things. Okay? Every manager has problems. Number 2, we were put on earth to recreate. Thirdly, we were put on earth to be impactful to the neighbors. Now, you have not recreated, you manage nothing, and you're not impactful, and you think you don't have problems. You're just like a mad person. A mad person lives on the road. You're like a baby. A baby just laughs. If they are full in the stomach, that's okay. So you go on and live like a baby, but one day, one time, you realize that you have not lived when it is too late. Don't play with life. Life is something so special that comes from somewhere so mighty and infinite. So if you use it recklessly, you will have answers to give, and probably you will not match the pressure.
What are your last remarks?
Work hard, but most importantly, work smart. So I don't know how we can join the two, but work hard alone, physical work hard is not working anymore. Work hard smart, I don't know. Work smart hard, whatever it is, you have gotten what I'm meaning. Use your head more than you use your body. And if you do that for a long time, trust me, you're going to become a great man. Number 2, make sure you're up after 5 p.m. The biggest businesses that we see in the world have been created after 5 p.m. People sleep at 5 p.m. when they leave their workplaces. Yes, they stay awake, but that time is not their time. It is their phone's time. It is their party time. It is their sleeping time. So that time has been grabbed off you to the owners, the phone, the movies, the outing places, but make sure you own the time after 5 p.m. to midnight. If you own that time very well, you'll be a successful person. Own it, use your head in that time. Today you don't have what to do in that time, but just make sure you own that. At least start with doing what you own in that time. You will thank me later. Good morning.
Okay, thank you so much, people. Thank you so much for watching. As I told you, we still have a lot for you. All you have to do, subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend about this, because this is really amazing. I wouldn't want to miss any episode. So my name is Vasta. See you next time.